Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1 Phathead, Cande Roth. We're looking at a decent day. We'll take the mix of sun and clouds. We'll take the 70 or so degrees. It's been a great week of weather, you know, Cande.
Very much so.
We have our secret holiday show on sale 10 a.m. today. Moles.com, MULS.com. It's great. Every year, you don't know who's there. We have some newbies. Maybe we have a star or two. It really depends. Like one year, Nate Smith headlined. Not a lot of people knew him. Now he is a monster arena act.
So you're like on the pulse of society.
We're bringing you new acts that you'll never see again in this type of atmosphere, a club or that holds.
I love that.
1,500 people. So get your tickets, 10 a.m., moles.com, and each ticket very affordable, even with the couple of dollars of online fees that might come with the transaction. You are under $40 on each ticket. Going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for it. Now, we have a few things to get into. The first is, I told you earlier, I did something yesterday I wanted to get your reaction to.
All right, let's see.
So yesterday, Leah's tennis team was practicing. No match, just a regular practice from 3 to 5 in the afternoon. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Next door at the school, right next door to us, the district which literally I could drive to in about 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes.
All right.
That school was playing a visiting school. They actually had a match, and the school that was visiting them is the team that we're playing next week.
Did they call the police on you?
So, I had nothing going on yesterday afternoon, Cande.
Did Tennis Nick also join you?
Tennis Nick did not join me, but he thought it was a great idea. So, as Leah was at her own practice, I drove the 2 minutes around the corner, and I watched the match between that school and the visiting school, which we're visiting next week, which we're playing next week. And I did some intel, a little recon on our next opponent.
Notes?
I took notes. I went around. There's 7 matches going on. I kind of walked around the courts. I watched the 3 singles, the 4 doubles.
And no one said, why is this strange man walking around here?
So high school tennis matches are interesting. You never know who the people are that are walking around. You just figure it's a parent of a child, and they're just watching the matches.
Oh,
you know?
We know they're really not.
So, I took some notes. I went back to the practice. I reported back to the coach.
Oh, my goodness. What did the coach say?
She wanted the intel, Cande. She thought it was a great idea.
I'm not sure you should be saying these things out loud.
There is nothing. Listen, do you know, in other sports, like football, for instance, high school football, you will have members of a team go to visiting schools and videotape other teams so they can study them and get ready for them.
Well, look at you. You are just so serious about it.
Yeah, now, no videotape, all right? But
all right.
I watched the matches. I took a couple of notes. I reported back, and we have a little intel for next week's match.
Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
Do you know who Leo will be playing against?
Yes, I watched. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All righty.
Yeah, so, you know.
How do they determine what girl plays what girl? How do they tell me.
The coach determines it based on who the coach thinks will do well against other, different players. There are websites that track the progress of players. You could tell who's good, who's not, who's this, who's that. And by the way, some coaches, all right, I know you don't want to get too into it, so I'll keep it short.
Please.
At the end of the year, there's singles tournaments and doubles tournaments for all of Long Island, then the state, and all that. Some girls who are singles players during the year want to get into the doubles tournament and vice versa. So the coach will move girls around different matches. The coach will put them in different spots. Anyway, that's all. You just determine it by the ranking of how you think the players will play. That's it.
Because I was a wrestler's mom, so it's different. That goes by weight. So, there's no controversy there.
Right. No, the coaches try to be on the up and up, who's your number one, who's your number two, who's your number three. They try to be respectful about that and make legitimate matches out of it.
Okay.
Next story.
Who are you spying on today?
No, not spying on anyone today.
All right.
Next story. So my father recommended in the group chat to watch Matlock. Did you see the new Matlock?
I haven't seen it, but my girlfriend Ellen was raving about it.
Kathy Bates stars as Matlock.
Yeah.
And so he recommended it, my dad, in the group chat. I wasn't thinking about it. Then I went on Amazon last night and I saw the first episode of Matlock on Amazon for free.
I'm going to do this.
And I watched it. It's without the commercials, so it's down to like 43 minutes or so. And it was fantastic, Cande.
I am definitely going to check this out. That's where you could watch it, is Amazon, if you don't make it, because it runs a little late, Matlock.
Right.
I think it's at least 9, right, that the show comes on. That's too late for me. So I'll go to Amazon. Thank you for the tip because, she was raving about it. It got amazing reviews in the papers. So, Matlock.
You'll love it. Kathy Bates is fantastic. I'm into it. I'm going to watch. I'm going to keep it going.
Watch it too. I'm going to definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's a good view. Merriam Webster. They have new words that are going into the dictionary, Cande. 200 of them.
200 new words.
New words and terms that are now official dictionary terms.
All right.
Like touch grass. Have you ever heard the term touch grass?
No, I haven't. No.
That is people who want to participate in normal activities in the real world, not the cyber world. They call it touching grass, like getting out into the world.
Why have I never heard that? Have you heard that?
Never heard it. Here's one. A beach read. Have you ever heard about beach read?
Well, isn't that books you read in the summer?
Yeah, a light work of escapist fiction is the definition.
Right.
That's like a treadmill movie that we talk about.
Right.
Maybe you don't have to pay such close attention. You could watch it while you're on the treadmill, working out or something. Okay. True crime is now in Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Yeah. True crime, the podcast, the shows, right?
Yes. I love true crime.
Dateline NBC, all that stuff.
Love it.
Creepy crawly is now an official Merriam-Webster term for the dictionary.
Well, I came across creepy crawly when I was reading about the Manson murders because that's what they would call the little drill they would have before they went into the house to really do something bad.
Oh,
they go in the middle of the night and walk, nobody knew they were there and they would call it creepy crawling. So I don't know about that one.
This is a slang term for bugs. That's what this is.
Well, I'll take that one over the one that I was thinking of.
Street corn, which is grilled corn on a cob that's coated with some kind of spread, you get at a fair.
Yes.
That's now jam band. How was jam band not in Merriam-Webster all these years? Come on.
No.
Yeah. Now,
who decides this?
I guess the makers of the dictionary. I don't know. And I'll leave you with this one. There's a bunch more. There's 200 of them, but I'll leave you with this one. The initials FYP, which stands for You Page, which is a social media feed with personalized content based on what you're watching. Different videos of that nature will pop up on your FYP. That is now an official term.
I was wondering how they know what I'm doing and thinking all the time. Now I know.
It is called the For You page or the FYP. That is exactly right. And you know what? Let's get into this. I promised you this. I want to do this, and then we'll. It's pretty quick anyway. people are rushing out to buy toilet paper the way they did during COVID, Candy.
Why? Please tell me why.
Because some idiots, and by the way, I'm not talking about our listeners, just random idiots that don't listen to us, they are afraid this port strike, the dock workers situation.
Oh, yes, this is bad. I didn't even think of that.
They think it will affect toilet paper. Okay.
It's going to affect some things for sure.
90% of our toilet paper comes from the United States, Candy.
All right, but... okay.
Also, Canada and Mexico are in that 90%. There's no boats bringing 90% of our toilet paper in. We have been guaranteed that Costco, Walmart, everybody will have toilet paper for everyone. Don't worry about it. Now, if you want something to worry about,
yeah,
bananas could be affected.
Really? I'm good with that. I could live without them for a while.
I'm fine too. Ports handle about 75% of America's banana supply. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's hard to stock up on bananas because they don't.
Is.
Yeah. Bananas may be the least hoardable product of all time.
I'll tell you a little trick. We have cut them up and put them in the freezer because sometimes I put them in I drink this matcha tea thing, and put a little slice for sweetness instead of using a sweetener, and it's perfectly fine. You could freeze the bananas and use them.
All right.
So that's just a little tip here.
All right. Candy, we have plenty more to do. Your Bald and the Beautiful comes up about 8:12, less than 20 minutes. We've got your National Days, good news stories, and a new invention to tell you about 8:47. Decent day. We'll be up to 70 again. Looks good. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Candy in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.